Good evening, and welcome to the Mooo News. You know, cows may not make the news too often, but we sure can report it. Do you remember back at Christmas when everybody was giving cans of food for hungry people? People who didn't have enough to keep them full over the holidays? You remember how good that felt to know that you were helping someone else out of your own surplus? Well, Christmas is over, but those people still need food. In fact, many of those people are children. Now try to imagine going to school and trying to work or trying to be involved or to do any kind of learning on a practically empty stomach. People have to eat before they can learn. So if we take care of the hunger problem, maybe that'll take care of some of our learning problems like illiteracy and dropouts and all the rest. Well, there's a new campaign called Teachers, Kids, and Cans that's being sponsored by the Lubbock Educators Association. In fact, it's believed to be the first of its kind in the whole nation. Collection boxes are going to be placed in the schools for donations from students and their families and school personnel and all kinds of community members. And finally then, on April 12th on LISD TV channel, cable channel 12, that's right here, folks, they're going to have a big telethon to get the community involved with contributions. Well, as the oatmeal people say, it's the right thing to do for the hungry, for ourselves, for the children, and for our future. I hope we'll all get involved in one way or another. Well, that's about it for the Mooo News today, so until next time, keep your nose to the grindstone and your ears clean. And maybe you'll hear some good news of your own. At least skin your nose.
Doesn't matter where you live.
Welcome to the Mooo Corral.
Find adventure there. Cowboy nights and simple folks, romance fights and silly jokes. Reading takes you anywhere. So if you want to read, I'll tell you what to do. Read with Mooo. Read with Mooo. And we can have a laugh or two before the show is through. But Mooo, read with Mooo. Well, come on, all you guys and gals, grab a book and grab a pal. We're gonna have a readout at the Mooo. Cake around.
Hey, where we got big food to get things better. One more big food to get us all going. Okay, that's our big man for everybody here in the audience. Yeah, all right. Hey, what elementary school do we have up here? Harwell Elementary School. All right. I hear Harwell's a pretty good school. Is that right?
Yeah!
All right. Well, let's meet all our kids up here. We got a bunch of them today. Hi, Tiffany. How are you doing?
Fine.
It's really nice to have you here on the show. Hey, that's a neat... what is that there on that name tag there? That green thing? A shamrock, yeah. What holiday's coming pretty close? What is it? St. Patrick's Day. Are you going to get pinched?
No.
Oh, good. Oh, here's somebody that's wearing lots of green. Hi, Jana, how are you doing? It's good to have you here on the show. Yeah, let me see. Carolyn, how are you doing?
Fine.
Nice to have you here. Brandy, look very nice. Woo. Nice to have you here on the show. Let me see if I can get around. Oh, let's meet these people here. Hi, Royce, how are you doing?
Fine.
It's good to have you on the show. And Marie, how are you?
Fine.
You excited to be here? Good, so am I. Let's see who else we got up here. Let's see, we haven't met Lisa yet, I don't believe. How are you doing, Lisa?
Fine.
Really nice to meet you. Felicia, have we met you yet?
No.
That's nice to meet you. So many kids, I kind of forget every once in a while. Let's see who's back here. Sarah, how are you? That's nice to meet you, Sarah. And David, how are you?
Fine.
Oh, a good loud voice there. I like a good loud voice there. That's good. Jessica, it's a beautiful name. It's nice to have you here on the show. That's a pretty dress there, too. Good to have you here. Landon, put her there, bud. Hey, whoa, what a handshake. My goodness. Gonna make hamburger meat out of my palm. Oh, yeah, got a good handshake there. That's good there. And Mrs. Garza, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
You have a story for us here in a little bit, don't you?
I do, yes.
I'm excited about that. And last but not least, is it Tomas? Oh, it's nice to meet you, Tomas. Really nice to meet you. That's a big hand for all these kids up here. Oh, I can't remember since we had such a good audience up here, such a good group of kids up here. I'm so excited. But to start off, let's see what the old mailman brought us. Check out the Moo mail here. Let's see. Whew, set on my tail there. Ooh. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oops, my assistant's going to have to help me open that up there. Thank you. This one's from Carrie Kate. Carrie Kate. And she's in 3rd grade. And it says, Moo, here's a poem for you. Oh, good, I like poems. Roses are rosy. Noses are nosy. Sugar and spice are both very nice. Mooo Corral is about a big cow. I'm not that big, am I? About a big cow. He reads lots of books and gets funny looks. His name is Moo, and I'm glad he's not Stew. Well, I'm glad I'm not Stew, too. Without him, we're blue. Moo, we love you. Oh, that's a great poem. Let's have a big hand for that. Thanks, Kara. Well, you know what? If you kids up here, or any of you kids at home have a poem or a story or a letter, just anything you want to send in, just write it down. Send it here to this address right here on the screen. Moo Mail, care of LISD TV, 1323 East 24th Street, Lubbock, Texas, 79404. And you know what? If we read it on the air, we're going to give you a T-shirt. Looks just like this. Read out at the Mooo Corral, LISD TV Channel 12. It's got 3 pictures of me on there. Actually, that's me and my 2 brothers there. Anyway, let's have one more big hand for that letter. That was great. I'm looking forward to all the letters I'm going to get from you kids at home and you kids up here. Please just send me lots and lots of letters. I just love getting letters. Oh. Well, now, kids, it's time to start talking a little bit about what we're going to be reading about today. You know, every show we have a special theme, and the theme is kind of like what all the stories in the poem go around. And we're going to be talking a little bit about repetition. Anybody know what repetition is? Anybody know what repetition is? Any hands? What does it mean to repeat something? If somebody says, would you repeat that, please? Yeah, right.
Say again.
Let's say it again, right? Repetition is when you have something that happens again and again and again and again and again. Can you think of something that happens over and over and over and over? Yeah, Marie. What? Birthday. Yeah, you have a repetition every year. Every year. It seems like it gets longer and longer as the years go by. But every year, a repetition, your birthday comes around, doesn't it? What else is repetition? Yeah, David?
Christmas.
Christmas comes every year. That's right. Yeah, there's a lot of things that are... Yeah, Royce?
4th of July.
4th of July. What else?
New Year's Day.
New Year's.
Easter.
Jenna? What is it?
Easter.
Easter. Yeah, all those holidays keep repeating. I bet we could name a whole bunch more. I wish we had time to sit around and name holidays, because I like to think about holidays. But I'll tell you what, I'm excited because we've got a poem that has a little bit to do with repetition here in just a minute. Who's our poetry reader? Oh! Hi, Royce. Well, you got a pretty good poem for us, don't you? Could you tell us a little bit about yourself before you read it? What kind of things do you like to do?
Play baseball.
Play baseball. Hey, that's fun. I like doing that. That's a good... anything else? Just play baseball, pretty much. I think that's a pretty good pastime there, yeah. What's the name of your poem?
Asians.
Asians. Ooh, that sounds kind of strange. Asians. A-T-I-O-N-S. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll let you go ahead and get started. And kids, you help me figure out what's being repeated here, okay? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Rice. You can go ahead and stand up. I think everybody can see better.
Asians. If we meet and I say hi, that's a salutation. If you ask me how I feel, that's consideration. If we stop and talk a while, that's a conversation. If we understand each other, that's communication. If we argue, scream, and fight, that's an altercation. If later we apologize, that's reconciliation. If we help each other home, that's cooperation. And all these Asians added up make civilization. And if I say this is a wonderful poem, is that exaggeration?
All right. Good job, Royce. Wow. I think I figured out why it's called Asians. Hey, what was repeated in there? Yeah, Tiffany?
You don't always say Asian.
Yeah, words that end with the sound Asian. What do we call that when the same sound at the end of a word keeps repeating and repeating? Brandy, you know?
Rhyming word?
Rhyming, that's exactly right. A lot of poems do that too, and that was a poem, wasn't it? Yeah, a lot of poems have rhymes. That's where they repeat a sound at the end of the words over and over again. Wow. So repeating has a lot to do with rhyming, because that's what rhyming is, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, well, that was a great poem. Let's have one more hand for Royce. That was you did a good job. That was great. Well, I'm really excited here now. We've got a great story coming up. This is a good story. It's really funny. I like it. And Mrs. Garza is going to read it. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself before you start, Mrs. Garza?
I have 3 children, a 4-year-old, a 2nd grader, and 1 in junior high.
Wow.
And I work with the public schools also. I'm an instructional specialist at Harwell Elementary.
Oh, wow. Well, that's great. Wow. Well, then I bet you're a pretty good reader then. And we're excited to hear this story. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll stop talking and let you go ahead and get started with the story. What's the name?
Today's story is called The Napping House, and it's written by Audrey Wood. There is a house, a napping house, where everyone is sleeping. And in that house, there is a bed, a cozy bed in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. And on that bed, there is a granny, a snoring granny on a cozy bed in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. And on that granny, there is a child, a dreaming child on a snoring granny on a cozy bed in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. And on that child, there is a dog, a dozing dog on a dreaming child on a snoring granny on a cozy bed in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. And on that dog, there is a cat, a snoozing cat on a dozing dog on a dreaming child on a snoring granny on a cozy bed in a napping house where everyone is sleeping.
There's going to be a pretty big pile there.
And on that cat, there is a mouse, a slumbering mouse on a snoozing cat, on a dozing dog, on a dreaming child, on a snoring granny, on a cozy bed, in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. And on that mouse, there is a flea. Can it be? A wakeful flea on a slumbering mouse, on a snoozing cat, on a dozing dog, on a dreaming child, on a snoring granny, on a cozy bed in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. A wakeful flea who bites the mouse, who scares the cat, who claws the dog, who thumps the child, who bumps the granny, who breaks the bed in the napping house where no one now is sleeping.
Oh, wow. That was a great story. Did you believe that? All those things all piled up on that one bed? Well, how do you think a grandma felt down at the bottom? Yeah, kind of mushed. Wow, that was a great story. What was repeated in that story? Do you remember? Yeah, Royce?
Sleeping In the napping house.
Yeah, a napping house was repeated a whole bunch of times, and what else?
And the people that had been in the bed before they
Yeah, every time they added something else to the bed, they just kept repeating it. So it got to where kind of like you could almost predict what they were going to say because you knew who was already on the bed. Yeah. Wow, and then how did everybody wake up?
The flea.
The flea! The flea bit the mouse. And the mouse jumped on the cat, and then the cat clawed the dog, and the dog bumped the kid, and like, whoo! Broke the whole bed. I'm surprised it didn't break the whole house, aren't you? Yeah. Boy, that's a violent kind of house. Wow. Well, looked like they were all sleeping there for a while. Pretty happy. Well, yeah, that's pretty good. Let's have one more big. That was a great story about repeating, about all those people piling in bed. Wow, man, that was incredible. Wow. Well, you know, I'm excited now because we've got some special stuff to do with the Mooo story today. But before we get started with the Mooo story, we've got to talk about the special Mooo word. Now, a lot of times the Mooo word's a hard word. It's a weird word that nobody's ever heard of, like French fried wiener schnitzels or something like that. But today it's not like French fried wiener schnitzels. Today it's a real easy word that everybody knows. Me. 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 How do you spell me? Me. Okay. Who's me in here?
Me.
Are you me? How can you be me? I'm me. Aren't you? Are you me too? You're not me? Is everybody out here me?
No.
Oh, they're you. You're you. I'm me. Wow. Well, it's kind of confusing. That's a confusing. See, that's why I picked this word, because it's a confusing word. Now, am I me?
Yes.
Now, I'm not me? Who am I then? I'm you. Oh, I'm you. I'm you, huh? Oh. Then forget it, okay? When you hear the word me, what are you going to do?
I'm me.
When you hear the word me, what are you going to do? Move. Let's all practice. Come on, move. Okay, here's a practice. You ready? I was just sitting there with my best friend, me. Oh, good job. I'm not really my own best friend, but anyway. Okay, let's take a look at this story now. Where'd I put my book? This story is called Brown Bear, What Do You See? See, it has repetition in the title even. All right, let's get started with this. Now, remember, whenever you hear the word me, I want to hear a moo. Moo for me. And me for moo. All right. Brown bear, what do you see? I see a red bird looking at me. Red bird, what do you see? I see a yellow duck looking at me. Good job. Yellow duck, what do you see? I see a blue horse looking at me. Good job. What do you think the next line's going to be?
Me.
Blue horse, what do you see? If you know it, say it along with me. I see a green frog looking at me. Green frog, what do you see? I see a blue cat looking at me. That was my frog impersonation here. I wasn't very good, but... purple cat, what do you see? What do you think it's going to be? I see a white dog looking at me, yeah. White dog, what do you see? I see a black sheep looking at me. Black sheep, what do you see? I see a goldfish looking at me. Goldfish, what do you see? Oh, I see a mother looking at me. You ever tried to do a goldfish impersonation? It's pretty tough. Mother, mother, what do you see? I see beautiful children looking at me. Children, children, what do you see? We see a brown bear, a red bird, a yellow duck, a blue horse, a green frog, a purple cat, a white dog, a black sheep, a goldfish, and a mother looking at us. That's what we see. Wow. Well, that was a lot of repetition. What did they keep repeating in there? Yeah.
Me.
Me. I heard me all the time. Yeah. What else?
What do you see?
Yeah, what do you see? Almost the whole thing was just repeating over and over. Only thing that changed was the animal, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, we're going to do a little exercise here. And my assistant's going to hold up a cue card, a special cue card. This is what we use on TV when you can't remember your lines. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to say what's in brown. And I want everybody else to say what's in red. Okay, this is just the same story that we already read, okay? Has everybody got it?
Yes.
Now, one difference. When I point to you, if I point to you, the whole group, that means you repeat what I just said. Okay, so like if I say, brown bear.
Brown bear.
Good, brown bear.
Brown bear.
Okay, I'm going to do that at a couple of places in the middle, okay? You ready? Okay. Brown bear, what do you see?
I see a red bird looking at me.
Red bird, what do you see?
I see a yellow duck looking at me.
Brown bear.
Brown bear.
Yellow duck.
Yellow duck.
Red bird.
Red bird.
Yellow duck, what do you see?
I see a blue horse looking at me.
Blue horse, what do you see?
I see a green frog looking at me.
Yellow duck.
Yellow duck.
Blue horse.
Blue horse.
Green frog, what do you see? Come on, get lost. Okay, get ready. Green frog, what do you see?
I see a purple cat looking at me.
And purple cat, what do you see?
I see a white dog looking at me.
White dog, what do you see?
I see a black sheep looking at me.
Oh, black sheep, what do you see?
I see a goldfish looking at me.
And goldfish, what do you see?
I see a mother looking at me.
Mother, what do you see?
I see children looking at me.
Brown bear,
Brown bear.
red bird,
Red bird.
yellow duck,
Yellow duck.
blue horse,
Blue horse.
and green frog,
Green frog.
purple cat,
Purple cat.
white dog,
White dog.
black sheep,
Black sheep.
goldfish,
Goldfish.
mother.
Mother.
Yay! Give us a big hand. Well, that was great. Hey, but you know what? You know, all this repetition, you know, it just kind of, it's so rhythmic. It just makes you kind of want to have a beat behind it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Makes you want to clap your hands and get into it. And, well, what do you say we just get a beat? Does that sound good? Okay, maestro, hit the beat. All right, clap your hands. My name's Mooo, and these are my homeboys. They clean their plate, improve away their own toys. They read books, that's what they do. And we're gonna do a rap for you. All right, you ready? Okay, what's the chord? Brown bear, what do you see?
I see a red bird looking at me.
Red bird, what do you see?
I see a yellow duck looking at me.
Brown bear,
Brown bear.
red bird,
Red bird.
brown bear.
Brown bear.
Boo, boo. Yellow duck, Yellow duck, what do you see?
I see a blue horse looking at me.
Blue horse, what do you see?
I see a curtain call looking at me.
Yellow duck,
Yellow duck,
blue horse,
blue horse,
yellow duck.
yellow duck.
Green cat, what do you see?
I see a purple cat looking at me.
Purple cat, what do you see?
I see a white dog looking at me.
White dog, what do you see?
I see a black sheep looking at me.
Black sheep, what do you see?
I see a goldfish looking at me.
White dog,
White dog,
purple cat,
purple cat,
black sheep,
black sheep,
green frog,
green frog.
goldfish, what do you see?
I see a mother looking at me.
Mother, what do you see?
I see children looking at me.
Goldfish,
Goldfish,
mother,
mother,
children.
children,
Hey, brown bear,
brown bear,
red bird,
red bird,
yellow duck,
yellow duck,
blue horse,
blue horse,
green frog,
green frog,
purple cat,
purple cat,
white dog,
white dog,
black sheep,
black sheep,
goldfish,
goldfish,
mother,
mother,
children.
children.
And that's the end. Oh my goodness. Someone please help me up. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, everything's falling apart. Well, what did we learn about repetition? What did we learn about repetition? Yeah, Tiffany? The what? Yeah, repetition repeats. It's got a beat. And repetition tears up the studio, too. Oh. You know what I've got repeating right now? A throbbing headache. Wow. Hey, you guys were pretty good. Yeah. Hey, we ought to make a record or something. Yeah. Okay, kids. Before we finish, I need everybody to take off your horns. Everyone look on the back of your horns. Does anyone see a red X or anything that looks like that?
No. Like what? A red X.
Is there a... Oh, look at a red X back here with Sarah. Let's see it. Look. Oh, it's a black X. Oh, it's a black X. Mooo made a mistake. I thought it was going to be a red X. It was a black X. What do we have for Sarah? I think we've got something right over here. A special LISD TV t-shirt for your very own. Yeah. Wear it in good health. Hey, let's have a big hand for all these kids up here, all these rappers. I'll tell you what, be sure to come back and watch us every night on the Mooo Corral at 7 p.m. every Monday evening. Take care and come back and see us soon.
Every time you rock a boat, doesn't matter where you look, you'll find adventure there. Cowboys, knights, and simple folks, romance fights and silly jokes, reading takes you anywhere. So if you want to read, I'll tell you what to do.
What are we going to do?
Read with Mooo. Read with Mooo. And we can have a laugh or two before the show is through. Mooo. Read with Mooo. Well, come on, all you guys and gals, grab a book and grab a pal. We're gonna have a read out.